So, when I was younger, like when I was still in school, I was always very willing to really be very exploratory with the music I was listening to. Like, I would listen to new artists all the time. I'd listen to full albums, all the way through. Um, and, it's not like every day I had new music, but I had a real attitude towards listening to music, which I think is really good, And more recently, I found that I kind of got out of this habit. I think what it was I discovered sort of Russian Doom music, so sort of Molchat Doma and stuff like that, if you know them. And I thought this music was so good that I just didn't want to listen to anything else, because like how could any music compare to this? Um, and in the short term, like that was good, but in the long term, I really struggled to get back into this habit over university of like listening to new albums, listening to new music, and I still did it a bit, but it started to fall off a bit. And I just ended up becoming like a normal person who just listened to songs that they like, you know, on a playlist. And it's a shame because it's not like I didn't still enjoy music, but I definitely had a less rich experience of music, than I used to. Um, and it's funny because I've recently moved to Oxford, and it really feels like I've sort of almost like I've immigrated to a new country, because the job I had before, I just had no free time, I had no money, um, and yeah, I was just strapped into this job, and quite far off from like my real goals in life in terms of what I wanted to achieve. And I, coming to Oxford now, I've just got a normal 9 to 5. I've got a lot of free time. I have more money, you know, and it really feels like I've just got a new opportunity, like a new lease of life. Um, and it's just I've really made the most of that. Like I've done a lot of stuff. Um, you know, I've been very proactive with like my dating life and stuff like that. And it's funny because at the same time, my enjoyment of music has absolutely skyrocketed, and more importantly, like my willingness to like listen to new music um, has just skyrocketed, and like I'll happily listen to like a full album of songs that I've never heard before, just because I'm curious. Like I remember one day I just came back from work and I had to make some dinner, and I just put on like an album by Pop Smoke, and like, I'd never really listened to him before, but I was just curious to see what it was like, and it's this kind of sort of curiosity that I've been lacking for so long, and it's nice to have it back. And I think what it boils down to really is just how exciting is your life, and how creative are you being in your life. And I think if you're not being very creative in the way you live, if you're not really making the most of life, then you'll listen to music won't reflect that. You know, I think the relationship that you have with music is very similar to the relationship that you have with life. And I kind of think when I was at uni and when I wasn't really listening to that much new music, I wasn't really. I was in a kind of safe box for quite a lot of it. You know, I just wonder how much was I really sort of stretching myself to live the most authentic way possible. Um, and I feel like my music listening sort of reflected that. So, yeah, there you go. I think basically with music, a lot of it is very wrapped up in your own psychology. And if you want to listen to new music, um, I think you should live a life that really reflects that. You know, you should go out, do interesting stuff, and it will just switch your brain into like a mode, really nice mode where it enjoys novelty, and it's curious, rather than the brain that just wants to kind of keep listening to the same old stuff because it wants, I don't know, it's stagnant. And I have heard people say actually that the reason why a lot of people listen to the same music over and over again, which is what I've done quite a lot in the past, is because it's kind of like a symptom of anxiety where you need something familiar to kind of make you feel calm. So I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it's definitely an interesting idea. I think there's something in that. But yeah, I think it's as simple as just finding a new lifestyle to live, like pushing boundaries, trying new things. There's that Drake lyric, isn't there? When was the first time you did something new? Or it's not that exactly, but it's something to the effect of that. But yeah, when was the last time you did something for the first time? So yeah, I think it's as simple as that, guys. But it's been a pleasure for you. I hope this has been helpful. And yeah, top link in the description, coaching calls, love to hear from you guys. But otherwise, see you in the next one.